All right, guys, what's up? Thank you for joining us. We've got Gerhard here today again to speak about the Inter Milan and Barcelona semi-final tie, which was absolutely incredible. Go ahead and put in the comments, was that or was it not the best Champions League semi-final tie you've ever watched? And if it isn't, what's better? What was a better semi-final than that? Because it was incredible. Obviously, if you're a Barcelona fan, you probably don't think so. But if you're an Inter Milan fan or a neutral spectator, it certainly has to be up there, right? So I'm just going to do a quick little review of the match, give you some English phrases for you to learn, and then I'll bring Gerhard on and we'll do the analysis. So here we go. Inter Milan reached the Champions League final after a nail-biting semi-final against Barcelona, winning 7-6 on aggregate across two unforgettable legs. The first match, played in Spain, was full of drama. Inter stunned the home crowd by taking a 2-0 lead early on, but Barcelona showed their mettle with a determined response. Young star Lamine Yamal and Rafinha led the fight back, and the game ended 3-3 in a thrilling draw. The second leg in Milan was just as intense. Once again, Inter scored twice early, but Barcelona didn't give up and turned the game around with 3 second-half goals. For a short time, it looked like Barcelona would reach the final. However, Inter kept their nerve under pressure. A late goal from Francesco Acerbi leveled the tie, sending the game to extra time, where David Fratesi sealed the deal with a clinical finish. Barcelona had one last chance through Yamal, but Inter's goalkeeper Sommer made a crucial save. The entire tie will go down in history as one of the greatest in Champions League history, and Inter will now face PSG in the final. So just a quick recap of those. Nail-biting, very commonly used phrase to speak about very exciting matches, very tense, where it's one team goes up, then the other team goes up, and it goes back and forth. For that one, showed their mettle. So here, Barcelona were down, but they showed their mettle. So they had courage, strength. They continued to fight. They didn't give up. And that's what you do when you show your mettle. A very similar phrase, kept their nerve. So Inter did the same thing when they were losing in the second match. They showed their mettle, or they kept their nerve. They stayed calm and continued fighting and didn't give up. And of course, they got the win. Sealed the deal. This is the moment that you score the goal that makes it sure that you're going to win, or it is the winning goal. You seal the deal. The match is finished. It's done. You won. And then a really good phrase to know, go down in history. Something that goes down in history is something that will be remembered as very important or very special. So, of course, that match will go down in history, as I said, as maybe the greatest semi-final tie of all time. All right, guys, so that's your little English lesson. Let me bring in Gerhard, and we'll get into this bit of analysis. Here he comes.
Hi,
Hello,
guys.
Gerhard. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Good. Thank you. I know you watched the match. What did you think? Can you think of a better semi-final?
It was an amazing match. But it was horrible for both teams. It was Barcelona was playing a extremely offensive game, and Inter Milan with less ball possession, shot 4 goals. So
Yeah.
it was all inside of the game. So you can talk days of this game. You can analyze the transition, the ball possession, the box defending, set pieces, everything. Also the individual quality of each player. So you
Well,
have
I
a
imagine
lot
the
of.
I
So you
imagine
can.
the Barcelona staff are sort of analyzing the match and wondering how did we score 6 goals across 2 matches and lose that tie, you know?
It was amazing. It was really amazing. But yeah, it was yeah a very moment for Barcelona. So yeah, it goes out of the competition,
Absolutely,
and now Inter Milan
yeah,
is in the final.
a bit of a rough end for them, but they're still, you know, they've had a great season and
Yes,
you know,
we remember I think it was yesterday or the day before with
the Clasico
against
match, right?
Clasico. So now they can yeah, buy the champagne.
Yeah, yeah, they've
For
still
winning
got
the
reason
first.
to celebrate, right? Yeah.
You can celebrate, but they have to play maybe two or three games or 2 games or so. Yes.
Yeah. But let's jump into what happened with this match then. So you've got some stuff to share. I'll bring it up on the screen here.
So
There
let
we
me
go.
so,
Great, great. So we're going to
so
well, yeah, jump into it. Let you lead the
okay.
way.
Well, if you have something to say, so please say it. It's not no problem. Everything all right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, we can see it, no problem.
Okay, so let's jump in the Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan against Barcelona. Inter Milan has played at home. Now here some presentation guides. So we jump in with some statistics. So here we see some statistics. So if you don't look at the goals and the final result, we would see a dominant Barcelona. So
Yeah.
you see expected goals 4.77 and Inter Milan has only 2.221. And the ball possession was amazing from Barcelona with 72% to 28% from Inter Milan. And yeah, but you see also the shots on goal, and Inter Milan shot on target 7 times, and yeah, Barcelona 10 times, so three
Yeah.
times more. And also you see it how Inter Milan played, because they got five corner kicks, and Barcelona had 7 corner kicks. So you see it's very different from the statistics. And if you saw the game, so it was amazing, but Inter Milan was also very effective. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
obviously they've I've got to say it's the first time I've actually seen these statistics, and I did realize during the match that Barcelona had most of the possession. I didn't realize they had that much more possession. It seems crazy, and have more than double the expected goals. I imagine Barcelona are feeling a little angry about the result of that match.
Yes, and we also can see that they were consistent and determined in the play, the attacking third, so they was very effective, and yeah, made a great job, Inter Milan.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna have a look. So we got a bit more
Oh
here with
no,
this. Oh, don't we?
uh,
Please
yes,
continue.
that's a typical momentum chart. So Barcelona was experienced a roller coaster of a match, so conceding 4 goals, but managing to score 3 of their own. So they were dominate for large spells,
Yeah,
particularly in the beginning of the second half, but faltered late in the game as Inter Milan capitalized on their mistakes. So ultimately, they can take many positive aspects from the attacking performance, such creating chances, but defensive errors prove it costly, especially in the extra time. So,
yeah.
so it's yeah, it's
Well, I
very.
think it's interesting there. In the extra time, they had all the momentum. It looks like Inter Milan had very little, but they're the ones who got the goal in extra time, of
Yes,
course.
yes. Also in the first leg match, but yeah, it's a typical play of Inter Milan, and yeah, the coach Inzaghi, yeah, prepared them very well. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
So a short statistic: how did Barcelona get in the final third? So Barcelona's performance in their narrow loss to Inter Milan showcased a strong offensive display despite to unfavorable outcome. So you see that there are all the stripes on the right side and the flank or on the half space of the right side. That was also all of Jamal and Garcia, the fullback of Barcelona. So, and now the second screenshot, you see how dangerous were Barcelona throughout the match. So they were very dangerous from beginning of the 50 minutes to the 122 minutes of the extra time. So you see how they are played the whole game.
They're a great goal scoring side. So
Yes.
I mean, they did score a lot of goals, didn't they? So just not enough.
It's not enough. Yes, and you can see how dangerous were Inter Milan was. So you see the three green points or circles. They are the position of the goals. They shot from this position to the goal. So you see they have a lot of box entries. From the center, also from the half space of the right side. And they were very effectively. And you can see when did Inter Milan create chances. So you can see the XG value on the right side, and you can see the minutes at the bottom of the screen shot.
Okay.
So you can see.
So that means as it went on, their expected goals went up, or that's just the total of expected goals?
No, it's up. It's up. It's an up. It's a value up to the.
Okay.
Yes. So let's jump into the lineups. Barcelona are set up in a 4-2-3-1 shape. So we know they're all very dynamics on all positions. So it's only the formation when the whistle is blowing. Number 22, Ceseni is starts in goal. Barcelona play with a back four. We start on the left side with Martinez, Kubarsi, and Garcia. And Barcelona plays with two pivots. Maybe they are defense or offense pivots. So with Pedri, number 8, and De Jong with 21. And with three offensive mids, with Rafinha on the left flank, Olmo in the center, and Jamal on the right side. And Torres is maybe here in the one up front, but Olmo is always playing behind or beside of Torres. Yeah, but it's only a shape. If you saw the game, it's very dynamic. Rotation in the center, rotation on the flanks. So it's only a shape when they are starting.
Yeah, it's just how they get started, and then they're sort of in and out of each other's positions a bit.
Yes. Now we have the lineup of Inter Milan. Inter Milan are set up in a 3-5-2, and we see two wing backs with Di Marco 32 and Dumfries with the number 2. Summer starts in goal, and Inter Milan plays with a back four. And if they are in the defensive, so the wing backs are dropping back to the defensive line, so they support them to fill up the space and so on. Inter plays with 2 up front, and with one pivot is Shananolio with the number 20. Barella and Mkhitaryan also in number 10 or 8, position 8. Number 10, so Martinez is always between the lines, in front of the defensive line of the opponents, from the opponent, and also in the center. So maybe sometimes he's near to Thuram, but often also in front of him. So he maybe when Thuram got the ball, so the is it the linker player with the
Sure.
number 10 of Martinez. Yes, so key action of Inter Milan. Let's start. It's a typical scene of this match. So we see Milan starts with back three. Pastore, number 95, got the ball from Shananoyo, and you see Barcelona is very aggressive against the ball. So Rafinha against Bissek, Torres against Acerbi, and Olmo, and also Pedri, always in the space of Shananoyo. So the only way to be in the ball possession is Shananoyo play the ball back to Pastore, and Jamal is press Pastore, but not in the highest pressure. And you see, it's a very typical scene. Di Marco and Dumfries, they holding the maximum width of Inter Milan. And Martinez, remember I told you he is always between the lines, and is always jumping in in a duel or to get the ball and maybe drive forward in the space in front of him. And Thuram is always between Kubarsi and Martinez, so he's always in possession with these two guys. So they get the both center backs a bad feeling. I say a bad feeling. So, but it's a typical situation. Now the situation is now, so Pastore can drive forward with the ball, and you see Shananori is dropping diagonal in this.
He sort of takes the position of like a fullback there.
Yes, like a fullback, but Jamal, he's don't press with this pressure. It needs to win the ball back, and Olmo is going the half space back, and let Pastore the space to drive forward with the ball. But if they did more pressure on Pastore with the ball, so maybe they won the ball back in the highest moment, so in the third, but they let them play, and now you see
you think that was part of the plan, or was it just maybe that those players were just not?
I don't know, but if you see the situation in lifetime or in video, maybe they are too less in this moment, but they are not going back in a defensive mid block. So maybe it was a situation, but not a plan. It was only a situation, but it was often there, and
came up a lot, right.
So now you see Pastore is drive forward with the ball, very diagonal on the pitch, and you see Barella is dropping also diagonal to create space for the pass for his teammates Pastore. And it is so Pastore plays a very strong ball and to Dumfries, to the number 2. He's holding the maximum width of their build-up.
Okay. The idea here would be to really.
That was the idea. The strategy is always from Inter Milan to hold the maximum width. Number 10 and 9 are very close to the center back, so they are connected with them, and only Martin with the number 35 is to push through to Dumfries, number 2, and the center backs are tied up by the strikers and are falling straight. But yeah, Martin is to push through.
Mm-hmm.
And now Dumfries got the ball. Martin is really close to Dumfries, and Barella is underlap Dumfries in the half space. And also got the ball. And you see in this situation, it's the same situation with four scenes. Barella is on the wing with the ball. Martin is he doesn't know what he's doing. Is he going to Dumfries, or is Martinez close to him? So he has to decide what they are doing. Barella plays the ball back to Shananolu. He pushed up on the pitch and the half space, and Mkhitaryan, number 22, also push up in the center and play the ball straight to Mkhitaryan. And you see Mkhitaryan has the ball. So in this situation, Martinez, Kubalsi, and Garcia, so they made an offside trap. But Martin, number 35, is in.
He's hanging a bit too far back.
Yes, so Mkhitaryan can play a through ball to Thuram, and yes, he can create a chance. But he always play with a offside trap, Barcelona, in every situation. It doesn't matter, are they in a box or close out of the box. So you see, you always play with offside trap.
Okay. So this, what we've just looked at here, this is a common pattern that Inter Milan use. They play these long balls across the pitch and switch play to sort of stretch their opponent. This is what they did a lot. Is this the idea?
Yes, of course. So they don't play the ball with a cross ball into the box and lose the ball at the ball. So they want to be in a ball possession, and if they have options like Giannanoli or Mkhitaryan, they play the ball back, and they are searching for the gaps and play the through ball. So like in this situation.
Okay, great, yeah. And they obviously created a lot of danger. But
yes, of course. So if maybe remember, they only have 28 ball possession, and they play very clever. They're very clever. They are searching for the gaps and play it through, and maybe there's a chance.
Yeah. All right, great.
So it also,
in transition now, is that correct?
Yes. So the transition. So they win the ball. You see, it's a lot of traffic in the half space and on the wing. Maybe if you count it, counts the players. So it's 7 versus 6 or 7 versus 8, and something is happened. You also see Dumfries is with the maximum width of Inter Milan. Di Marco is moved inside, but not too close to Garcia. So maybe shall we hold the width?
And sorry, is this an offensive transition or
yes? So
this is them winning. The
win the ball. So you see here, Chanolo win the ball. Rafinha and Olmo gives him pressure, and in this situation, maybe it was in the 20 minutes. So Chanel will play a ball over Martin behind them. And you see, yes. So Mkhitaryan is dropped back he get his opponent Pedri is pushed through, very aggressive. Martin is holding the gap as the offside trap. But Giannanolio plays the ball over Martin, and Dumfries got the ball. Barella is also in this case very close to Mkhitaryan, to Martin. So they Barella made a underlap and got the ball behind the space. We remember Barcelona always use to do a offside gap. So Martinez, Cubarsí, and Garcia, but Martin isn't work with this guy. So it's often on this side. So Barella is going deep, and Dumfries play the ball behind them. Yeah.
Okay. I have his impression as well. Chalahandlu, he's sort of everywhere on the pitch because
Yes,
he was
yes, of
playing sort
course.
of like
Also Mkhitaryan. So these both players are very smart and clever. Maybe sometimes Mkhitaryan is on the position 10, then he's on position 6, and Shannon Loyo is he makes the game from normally from the position 6 or from the pivot position, but he's everywhere. And you see, they always creating an overload, or they always used to create an overload on one side.
okay.
And this also the same situation. Barella is play the ball over Martinez, and then he shot to Ceseni's goal. It was an amazing chance, maybe in the 20th minute. Yeah.
So okay.
So now
Barcelona now.
Barcelona. So we jump in the build-up of Barcelona. It's also a typical scene of Barcelona. Inter Milan is with a deep defensive block or a mid block. In this situation, is a deep block. You see Di Marco, Pastore, Acerbi, Bisek. They are playing on the one line. Di Marco is always with one eye to Jamal, and Mkhitaryan and Martinez they close the space between the lines. So only the young can play the ball maybe to Garcia, but if you play to the Garcia, you don't have a lot of space one. So they play to Jamal. So let me see. So yes, because if you know, Jamal is a very young player, is a very dynamic player with amazing pace, with outstanding
incredible
skills.
talent, incredible pair of feet.
It's horrible if you are playing against them, but if you are a fan of Barcelona, maybe it's your favorite player.
I'm sure people are very happy to have him in the squad at the moment. Yeah.
Yes. So in this situation, it was very often in the first half, Di Marco and Mkhitaryan always wants to separate them from the other guys, maybe to make to create a 2 versus 1 overload against the ball, but it was outstanding what Jamal did. So with he are looking at Di Marco, and then he plays the ball and run with the ball and play the ball. It doesn't matter with the left foot, out with the outside of the left foot, or with the inside of the right foot.
It did seem that every time he had the ball, Inter Milan were very quick to get 2 players on him, right? Or Mkhitaryan and Di Marco specifically.
It's very clever.
He managed very well.
Yeah, it's very clever to use this guy for creating chance. So if we remember the statistic before, so you see there's a typical situation of Barcelona. Let me translate the other things. Olmo is push up in front to maybe to support Jamal if passing gap for Jamal. Predi also is going on a push up through, maybe to connect or to get in contact with Barella. And you see Dumfries is in connection with Rafinha. And you see it's is backup 5 with three defensive
So at this
midfield.
point, when Olmo and Pedri get up there, they're kind of attacking with 5 players at that point, aren't they?
And they don't have not a lot of space, Barcelona. Inter Milan made it really clever to defend against the ball. So now you see Jamal is drive forward with the ball. It's really quick with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So let me, sorry.
No noise.
Here. So now you see a situation is the same situation. Jamal dribbles with the ball. DiMarco is in front of him. Mkhitaryan creates a 2 versus 1 against Jamal, and Garcia is push up through in the half space, and Jamal plays the ball very clever to Garcia. He don't has any pressure. And you see Pastori, Acerbi, Bisek, and Dumfries. They're very close to the goal line, in front of Sama, the goalkeeper, and Rafinha is also going into the box. What's happened?
Okay, things are gotten a bit messed up.
Yep.
That might be my fault, actually, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's always no problem. Now you see Garcia is playing the ball behind from Dumfries and Bisek, and Rafinha can shoot on goal.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna have a look at some of the goals specifically now.
Yes, it was the first goal of Inter Milan. It was a transition to from Barcelona. They win the ball back, and Inter Milan is push up through because they want to win the ball. The counter movement, the counter pressing. Yes, you see the situation. Pedri has the ball, or won the ball back, and has not a lot of opportunity to play the ball. Only to play the ball back to De Jong. And now you see Mkhitaryan pushed up to get them a lot of pressure to De Jong. And you see this space is very a lot of traffic there.
Yeah, very condensed. A lot happening in there.
7 versus 6 or 8 versus 7. So you see it. Now there's one gap to play the ball to Olmo, and you can see DiMarco. Normally,
right behind him.
Yes, normally if Inter Milan has the ball, so they have the maximum width with DiMarco and Dumfries. But in this situation, he's move inside very wide in the center, and give them a lot of pressure to Olmo. And Sananolo, we told him, is everywhere and is pushed through with very aggressively and supported DiMarco. And now you see it's outnumbered with 1 versus 3.
Yeah, he's sort of surrounded there, surrounded by blue.
Yeah. Now we talk always about offensive gap, and you see Martin and Martinez and Kubasi and also Garcia. They use the offensive gap, but Thuram is in the offensive, in the offside trap, and Thuram is in the offside, but Dumfries is in a half space, and DiMarco won the ball and played the ball behind the defensive line, and Dumfries is have a lot of pace and
a lot of space, behind,
yes, of course. And you see Martinez is alone and can get into the box and make
and be a big problem.
Yes. Now we see a goal, or the first goal of Barcelona in the second half. Is also, we told about the typical situation. Jamal has the ball. Garcia, the fullback, is it's maybe it's on the same high of Di Marco, and Inter Milan plays with back five in front of Sommer, and Martin is also holding the maximum width, and you see Olmo, Torres, and Rafinha, these three offensive mid, they are playing in front of defensive line, and Jamal is in dribbling, and Mkhitaryan has a lot of space to Jamal, and Jamal can play the ball to Pedri. It was a very quick pass, and Pedri is free. He see the goal in front of him with the ball. So you see in front of the box, right, or in front of the defense line, they keep the space very close. So the Inter Milan wants to keep the space very close between the lines. You see it.
Yes. Very compact, right?
Yes. And in this situation, Pedri wants to play to Torres. He's covered up from Matselby in very, very close space, but with his skills, he played the ball to Martin.
Okay.
Yeah. And Martin is going inside into the box. And if you see Dumfries and Bissek, they change their position. So in this small moment, Martin can play the ball with an outswinger to Garcia. And Garcia shot the goal. You see a lot of traffic there, but Garcia
very full the box. Yeah.
Yes. It was always the same with you see almost everybody is in the box of Inter Milan, but
the whole match is in there pretty much at the moment.
And we remember the last chance of Jamal, and Jan Sommer saved the ball, and he was the man of the match.
Indeed. Yeah, he was very important for them. He played a great tie for both of them.
Now we at the end, but we can analyze everything. Transition, ball possession, box defending, and a lot of things more. But that also no small points of this game, of this really amazing game.
Absolutely, yeah. And with that being said, we've obviously got Inter Milan against PSG for the final. I'm not going to push it too hard. Any thoughts on how you think that match will play out?
I think with this match plan, they also can win against PSG. I think they have the experienced players, Inter Milan, and the squad of PSG is very young, but very talented, with a lot of skill, for a lot of pace. And Luis Enrique is experienced Brazilian coach.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience.
It's a very close match, but with maybe we remember against Bayern Munich, Inter Milan shot 2 goals with set pieces or with corner kicks. So maybe these small things can also win games.
Yeah. Well, it should be an interesting match. Obviously, both teams have worked pretty damn hard to get there. And I'm looking forward to it. Well, thanks a lot, Gerhard, for coming in
Thank you.
and giving that as analysis. Thank you, everybody who's watching, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.